What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to try and teach you I'm Happy Just to Dance With You by the Beatles. Okay, not the easiest song to try and teach, but we'll give it a go anyway. So you want to be in standard tuning. You're going to start with the C sharp minor, and the strumming is you've got to do two sort of aggressive upward strokes, and then one down, and on the one downward stroke, sort of stop it quite quickly. So it should sound something like this. And the reason you stop so fast after that downward stroke is because you're going to the next chord, and that's literally it. But yeah, that's your opening bit. So your next chord is F sharp minor. And the strumming is just going to be down, up, rest. And it's quite quick, that one, so it should sound something like this. So your next chord is the G sharp. And strumming is just going to be three strums. It can be down, all down strokes, could be all up strokes, down, up, down, whatever's comfortable for you. But yeah, there's three. So it should sound like that. 1, 2, 3. So then if you put that intro together, this is what you get. See, obviously that's twice through there for the intro, then the vocals come in. Okay, so at the minute you should see some arrows over here. That is the strumming pattern for the intro of the vocals anyway. Now as you can see, there's two highlighted arrows, and they're both rests. So for example, you've got the first C sharp minor chord. You're going to go played down, then rest, so you still got your chord there, but you're just muting the guitar, so down, rest, up, rest, down. So if that was played in the proper tempo, it would be. And then your next chord, so yeah, you go, before this, ring that last strum down out, ring that last one out, and then you go to your F sharp minor, and this bit, you're going to still follow this strumming pattern that you can see, but that last downward stroke after the second highlighted arrow, that is going to actually be the G sharp chord. So the first 4 arrows is your F sharp minor, follow the same strumming pattern, but on that last downward strum, you need to be on a G sharp. So if I was to play that slowly, it would go. And when you play this G sharp, you can't see it on the diagram, but after that last downstroke, now you're on that G sharp, you're just going to add like a couple more downstrokes, like, so therefore it would sound like this. Okay? Then your next chord is going to be an A6, and starting from the A6, so you've just done that G sharp and then added the 2 extra downstrokes, then you start the same pattern again as you did with the F sharp minor, but you're starting with the A6, and you, again, the first 4 of that strumming pattern, the first 4 arrows are going to be on the A6, so, and then on that last downwards arrow on the diagram, you go to a B6. So if you put that together, it would be, if you hadn't noticed already, the B6, the A6 and the B6 exactly the same shape, but the B6 is just up 2 frets. So you're going to go, and then on the B6 again, you're just going to do add another 2 downward strokes like you did before. So if I go from the F sharp minor, it'll be, yeah, you see a similar pattern. And then your next chord is going to be a bar chord E. And again, you're going to follow the same pattern. So the first 4 arrows is going to be an E. And then that last downwards arrow is going to be a B. And again, on the B one, after that 1 strum down, you add another 2 downstrokes. So if you were to play it from the start of the vocals, so it would sound like this. I'll try and do it a little bit slower. And before this, I hope that's making sense. Anyway, and then when the verse starts, I'm going to teach you obviously all the parts for it just shortly, but just going to let you know now, when that strumming starts, you'll see a different strumming pattern will come up here, and that's going to be the strumming pattern for the verses and pretty much the main parts of the song. Like 80–90% of the song is going to be this next strumming pattern. So the strumming pattern you've just seen on the screen, that is just for that intro bit that I've just taught you. You won't have to do that for the rest of these other bits. But yeah, so you'll see on the next diagram it's slightly different. But again, the highlighted arrows are going to be rests. So it's going to go down, rest, up, down, down, rest, up, down, down. I'm just going to go and show you now what this should sound like and look like. So yeah, with the verse, sort of like half chords maybe, but basically your first one, you're going to bar the bottom strings of the 4th fret, so up to the high strings, D, G, B and A. You don't really need to bar the whole thing, so just bar them ones, bar them 4 strings, then your 3rd finger goes on the 6th fret of the D string, and your 2nd finger goes on the 5th fret of the B string. It's essentially an E chord, but this is where John plays it. But just be careful not to strum the low E and the A string. You want to avoid them, so starting strumming from the D string. Again, the strumming pattern is the same as that diagram, so don't forget to get them rests in. The next chord or shape is, again, this finger doesn't need to move, so you've got the, keep that finger there, and all this one's quite easy. All you have to do is get your 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the A string. And obviously you can strum from the A string now because that's your note you need to play. But with that one, make sure you don't strum the high E string. You can either mute it or just avoid playing that string. So and then your next chord is exactly the same as that one, but 2 frets down, so down 1, down 2. So therefore you bar in the 2nd fret, then 4 strings, and your 3rd finger's on the 4th fret of the A string. And then you come back up to that chord you were on, so back up 2 frets again, same shape. And it should sound something like this if you put it together. And then you're going to go to a A chord. Again, following the same strumming pattern. F sharp minor is your next chord. Then followed by open E, but play it so your first finger's free. So just go from that bit again, so and then back to C sharp minor, back to A, and the next chord is a D sharp augmented, which should be on the screen now showing you how to play it, is that. And the next chord after that one is the same shape as the start of the verse. So that same chord as the start of the verse. And then the chord after that is a B, but we're not going to do the B up here or over here. It's just going to be, and then the B is, just take them 2 fingers off, so it's just you barring that 4th fret. So you're just going to play the D, G and B string, sorry. This is, well, this is how I believe John's playing it anyway. Because it's such a quick change, it's just easier to do it there. So then if we put that together, where it goes from, there is really, so. Once you've got that bit nailed, you're just going to repeat all of that for the next verse, so starting with the and then it goes to the and then here it just, instead of going to the B, you're just going to stay on this chord still and go. Not too fussy with how you strum it there, but as long as you get the right notes, it's just going into the just to dance with you. You're going to play it exactly like the intro. So your 2 upward strokes, you know, you remember, C sharp minor, just to dance with you. Is and then just keep going. You don't need to change the strumming pattern here. You're going to keep doing that. Before this dance is through, I think I know it too. So it's a lot less strumming there, but sort of copy the intro style, so the whole way through. go into the next verse, so exactly the same, that. And again, just to. This bit, the final verse, you're going to start by doing the same as usual. So if somebody tried to take and then when it gets to this bit, so you start again, you start with the A, so it's similar still. Start with the A. So yeah, this bit, you go after the D sharp augmented, you're going to go straight to a C sharp minor, the intro again. So, because it goes, I discovered I'm in love with you. So that's like the intro, and then repeat it, cause I'm A, happy just to dance with you. And with that end chord, that's just the E, but catch that high E sound on the string, sorry, on the bar chord, because you sort of hear it ring out there, so. And there we go, that's it, that's how to play I'm Happy Just to Dance With You. I've tried my best to explain it, hopefully that makes sense. If you're unsure about any of the parts, literally just comment it below and I'll do my best to get back to you. And again, if you have any other requests for songs, or if there's any bass parts, anything, any requests for lessons, just comment them below and I'll see what I can do for you. But yeah, I hope this one helped you, and I'll see you in the next video.